Hello guys, and welcome back to the DocMack Car Channel, and today I'm here with my Toyota Aurion. Now for those of you in the US, you might have not heard of the Toyota Aurion before. Now it's basically a proudly Australian made Toyota Camry V6. So now this particular model with this kind of headlights, bumper and the tail lights as well, which we will get to in a while, that one was actually quite common in the Philippines, Indonesia, Thailand and Dubai as well. Now the Australians thought, why not take that chassis and put an American Camry V6 engine into it, which is the 2GR FE engine. Now this engine is a 272 horsepower engine, or if you use a more high octane fuel, then you get 274 horsepower out of it. So it's 204 kilowatts with 95 RON petrol, or 200 kilowatts with 91 RON petrol. I'm over here in New Zealand, so we use the RON rating. So it's a bit different to the US. Now this is totally proudly Australian made, and I'm going to show you the whole vehicle today. So it's kind of a short review, and I do a lot of car how-to DIY videos as well, including how you can fix your car and keep your car nice and shiny. So make sure to subscribe to my channel, and if you're Australian, comment down below, help a fellow Kiwi out and subscribe. All right, without further ado, we're going to get into the engine bay area, and I'm going to pop the bonnet. All right, and under the bonnet here we have a Toyota Camry V6 engine, which is also a Toyota Aurion engine. Now this is known as the 2GR FE engine, which is a multi-point fuel injection engine. It outputs 200 kilowatts of power, or up to 204 kilowatts of power, or 272 horsepower up to 274 horsepower. Now it's got 336 Newton meters of power, and it's a front wheel drive as well. So it's one of the most powerful front wheel drive larger sedans. As you can see, the front of the vehicle, this particular light, the bumper and the grille is actually the model which you get over in Asia, and that is why this particular one has got the Aurion engine in it for Australia. It's quite different to the Toyota Camry V6 that you get in the US. Now the Camry V6 that you get in the US is the 2.5 liter engine. With that kind of facelift in the US that you get is a 2.5 liter engine in Australia and New Zealand as well. However, we do use the 2AR FE engine for the 2.5 liter, and we use the 2GR FE engine for the 3.5 liter, which is known as the Toyota Aurion. This is the 2.5 liter you get in Australia and New Zealand, which is the one you get in the US as a 3.5 liter engine. So this is the difference. The lights, the grille, the bumper inserts, and also the lower section of the bumper as well. Now as you can see, it is a front wheel drive. It is fairly easy to maintain in terms of spark plugs. Spark plugs are right behind here and here as well. I've had this vehicle for a little over 5 years now, and it's been problem free, and most of you will know that the Toyota Aurion is quite a bulletproof vehicle in terms of the engine and the gearbox as well. And it's fairly low maintenance as well, because it is the Toyota after all, and even in the US, the 2GR FE engines are highly sought after, and some of the car enthusiasts like to put the 2GR FE engine into their Toyota MR2 as well. So that is why it's one of the most highly sought after engines as well. Now, as you can see, I've done a few videos on how you can change your engine air filter, replace the battery, things like that. I've done it on the V6 as well as the 4-cylinder engine, so make sure to check out those videos as well. Now what you're going to do is we're going to jump in on the inside of the vehicle, and then we're going to go from there. Alright guys, so just going around the vehicle, and as you can see, this particular one has got the 18-inch rims. Now this originally came with 215 60/16. Now I've changed this one to the 2019 Toyota Camry mag wheels, and that runs 235 45 18s on the Bridgestone tires. So that actually makes the car look quite modern as well with the new 18-inch rims. Going around the back of the vehicle, I'm going to show you how the back looks and how the interior looks as well. Alright, so now coming to the back of the vehicle, as you can see, this is what I was talking about. This tail light is quite different, and you've got this long chrome bar going across. It looks quite extravagant as well. It's got two tailpipes on either side down the bottom. And with the normal Toyota Camry V6 that you guys get in the US, this one would be a slightly different model, which I'll show you on my other car, which is why I have got two different models. Alright guys, and that's the rear section of the car. As you can see, this is the type that you get in the US, and the Aurion is the type that you get in Asia. As you can see, the rear bumper is quite different as well compared to the Toyota Aurion. Alright guys, and there you go, you got an extremely large boot in the back. Now this one does need a little bit of cleanup, so I'm going to do a car video on how you can clean up. I do a lot of car DIY videos on how you can clean up your car, maintain your car, and keep them in top condition as well. But just to show you the size of the boot or trunk, wherever you are. Alright, and that's the rear seats. Now this does come in leather seats for a few models. Now the specific model that I have is the Toyota Aurion ATX, as you can see at the back. Now it comes in the ATX, the Passara, the SX6 Sportivo model, and also other extravagant models as well. Now this is the base model, but for a base model you really get good specs as well. Alright, we're going to go into the inside of the car now. Alright, so that's the inside of the vehicle. And then I'm going to give you a little rundown and a little test drive of the car as well. Alright guys, we are on the inside of my Toyota Aurion now. Now I'm just going to give you a quick rundown of the interior. The whole reason for this video is not to make it longer than it should. So I'm going to start the vehicle first of all. As you can see, it starts up really beautifully. There we go, and it's such silky smooth engine. Now I'll start off with the air conditioning. So now with the air conditioning, you've got your dual zone climate controls. So the passenger and the driver, they don't have to agree on one temperature. You can get either one on your side. See, like for, let's say the driver, I like it to be extremely cool, so I can put it on low, which low is a little under 18 Celsius. And if the passenger wants, the passenger can put it on hot. Now I'm going to put that one down. It's quite cold outside. Alright, so as you can see, this is your interior flap, so that you get circulation on the inside, your rear demister, your front demister. And if you look at the top right here, now this is your multimedia or infotainment unit. Now this is a 2014 model Toyota Aurion, so it's a little bit dated but still looks good in the year 2022. Now you've got your phone functions here, so you can pair up to 5 phones, and this specific button is car. So if you press car, it'll show you all the trip information and your fuel economy and things like that. Now the economy on this car, it does consume quite a lot because it's only used for town driving. Now when I do take it out station, it is fairly good. I get about 7 liters per 100 kilometers. But during town trips, it does take approximately 14-15 liters in stop-go traffic. Now the rest of the buttons are just to do with the radio and the audio, and as you can see, it has got a telephone dial pad here. Alright guys, and on the steering wheel right here, we have got our multi-function steering wheel. You can answer calls, you can put down calls in the steering wheel. This is your volume controls and your navigation controls as well. And this is the mode, so you can hold it down to mute, or you can switch between AM, FM, and also CD and Bluetooth as well. It is quite soft touch material. It is not hard, although it does look hard. It is actually soft touch material, so it's quite nice. Now it does have a very nice reverse camera as well, with grid lines integrated into it. Over here, you've got your 6-speed Tiptronic transmission. Now these transmissions are quite nice, and this really shift seamlessly. As you can see, I've actually just changed gears there, and that is drive. So it's very nice, and you have got a foot operated handbrake down there. It is quite hard to see it, but because it's a luxury vehicle, you don't have it right here like your traditional handbrake. Now you've got your storage unit right here, as you normally do in cars, and it's quite a lot of stuff in there. You've got your cup holders right here. And as I did say, the car needs a good clean, so don't abuse me in the comment section about that. Alright, and inside the glove box as well, you do have a lot of storage space in there. You've got airbag right here, an airbag here. You've got total of 9 airbags. So you got your driver, your passenger, 4 curtains, and then you have also got your knee airbag right down here, and you've got one on either side of the seats. So both passenger seats do have torso airbags as well. The car has got 130,000 kilometers, and that is nothing for this vehicle at all. And I do presume at this stage, I think the car will be good for another 200,000 plus kilometers. It's chain driven, but as long as you keep up with your engine oil changes, it will serve you very well. Alright guys, so we're going for our first drive, well, first official drive on YouTube in my Toyota Aurion. Now it's a Mexican standoff right here. And I'm gonna let this guy go through first. Come on. Oh, I tell you what, BMW drivers, he couldn't make his decision. Anyway, I did say that BMWs are not very good cars, but what do I end up with? 2 BMWs and 2 Toyotas. As you can see, it's like pin drop silence into the vehicle now over that speed hump. And I do take care of my cars very, very well, so that's why it's in very good condition. All right, and we are now off. And as you can see, it's like I could have a cup of coffee in here and not spill it too much without its lid on. It's really that smooth. All right, and off we go. And I'm just going to give it a bit more gas so that you guys can see how powerful it is. Now that was not even a kick down, and I was already hitting 60 kilometers an hour. And this is believed to go from 0 to 60 miles an hour or 0 to 100 kilometers an hour in about 6.16 seconds. So for a family saloon, it is pretty powerful. Okay, I'm going to slow down right here, and then I'm just going to give it another bit of gas again. I'm not going to do a kick down or anything like that, anything crazy. Okay, so now I'm just going to go again. As you can see, that's already 55 kilometers an hour. And yeah, it is really, really powerful. I drive a BMW 530i and a 330i as well. And I can say they are almost evenly matched, but because the BMWs are rear wheel drives, they got a bit more of an advantage there. Now this vehicle was actually made in Australia to be the competitor of the Ford Falcon and the Holden Commodore. And now I've owned a Ford Falcon before. They're beautiful cars. Now if you want reliability, then buy a Toyota. Now this is not to take anything away from the Commodore drivers or the Ford Falcon drivers. If you want a bit more fun and you're not too worried about complete reliability like a Toyota, then a Ford Falcon or a Holden Commodore is really good. Now Ford Falcons and Commodores are rear wheel drive, so that gives them the advantage over this, and not taking anything away from Falcon or Commodore drivers. But if you guys like Japanese reliability, then this is the one for you. All right, as you can see, it's nice and smooth, and the gear shifts seamlessly. And I think the video is already long enough now. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to end the video now. Consider subscribing if you guys haven't already, and I'll see you in the next video. It's completely free to subscribe. Share this with your friends as well, especially in Australia. See you guys.